What's going on, man? What's going on? So today I just want to talk about the current news that I actually do on my channel. Originally, this was kind of just an idea of a video that I did with pop culture. So instead of doing that, I conversate with my actual audience, people that subscribe to my channel, on upcoming news when it comes to pop culture, whether it's music, gaming, Marvel, DC, Pixar, anime, you know what I'm saying, that type of stuff, technology, gaming, thanks, Nitro. Do you have any questions, man, about what I want to do with this? Because I know you're probably not too familiar with it, but I could start off with this right now because the thing is, there is something that I'm very interested in, and I know a lot of you probably already know when it comes down to it, that actually this is something that I always said Sony should have been did, to be honest with you guys. But Sony's confirmed they're making more animated movies when it comes down to this. Hey, Rose, how's it going? Nitrous, how's it going as well? Thanks, guys. Happy Saturday, guys. And the thing is, Sony is doing a Spider-Gwen animated movie. We also are gonna get a Venom actual animated movie. And also, we're gonna get an actual Spider-Punk movie, which I already talked about the Spider-Punk movie. I found out about the Gwen and the Venom movie recently. Actually, I think it's smart. I think Sony sees an opportunity that the Miles Morales animated movies are doing really good, and I'm pretty sure the next movie is going to do extremely well as well. And they realize like we need to do stuff in the animated department when it comes to Spider-Man characters because that whole live villain universe that they have for Sony for Spider-Man was terrible. Oh, I'm good, Rose. Thanks for asking. So how do you guys feel about that? Are you guys glad that we're getting a Spider-Gwen animated movie, Spider-Punk? Daniel Kaluuya mentioned a while back. Honestly, I'm more thrilled and excited about the actual Spider-Punk movie because I like that he was a bit of a rebel as Spider-Man. He has got this punk star persona about him compared to Gwen. I felt like Gwen's story, they could do with Spider-Man 2099. I have to get into the Spider-Man animated movies. Yeah, you definitely should. The Miles Morales animated movies have been good. The first one, the second one have been good. I think personally that's where Sony needed to go. Like Sony just that live adaptation universe for villains clearly wasn't working. I was like, Spider-Man villain universe? Morbius was terrible. The other movies they had for it, even Madam Web, that was weird. Madam Web reminded me of Home Alone. But yeah, I think it's definitely dope when Sony saw that they said, look, let's make more money generating animated movies. I really hope Marvel Studios does this because I feel like Marvel's missing the ball with this. I'm like, Marvel, y'all should take Sony's path when it comes to doing superhero movies, but animated. They don't all have to be live adaptation. But honestly, I think that's a great way to go about it. I was like, you know what? This is definitely something they should do personally. But yeah, the Gwen one, I'm kind of on the fence about. I don't really. I get her character, and I mean, they already talked about her her storyline in the Miles Morales, the second movie, Across the Spider Verse, and I was like, do we really want to see Gwen again? You know what I'm saying? Her having her Spider Gwen story, but I mean, anything is possible. The next thing I want to talk about, and I'm going to keep it Spider-Man related for right now. It will change over time. It's actually something else dealing with Spider-Man. Grammy, what's up, man? Thanks for tuning in, man. I appreciate it. Is that the rumor is that not Miles Morales, excuse me. I miss Mary Jane, Lola. Yeah, she's still in the movies. Well, she was in the animated movies. Yeah, she was. I think this is kind of weird, but I get it because they do change from time to time. That literally, actually, that Tom Holland's last Spider-Man movie, and this is just rumor for right now, but it could possibly happen, is that actually that this Spider-Man 4 movie, Brand New Day, will be his last movie. Like, I was like, what? I was surprised. So a Sony exec pretty much confirmed that we probably won't get him for a fifth or sixth Spider-Man movie. But you know what? I get it. Maybe they feel like if they keep going with Spider-Man 5 and 6, that could be hard to pull off, right? Because sometimes we do sequels, but they're not great. Only the Gwen I remember is from Andrew Garfield. Yeah, there is, like I said, there's another like I said, we've seen Gwen before. She was in the Tobey Spider-Man trilogy in 3, but you didn't see much of her as much in there, like here and there, certain scenes. I just bought the game and it's fire. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. And I think personally, I think this is why Sony and Marvel fall out all the time, because Sony, like, look, we don't want Tom Holland to play Spider-Man to 5 and 6. They like, look, we got another lineup. We gonna get another actor to play Peter Parker Spider-Man. You know what I'm saying? And Marvel, like, hey, we probably want to keep him. Oh yeah, she was. I forgot. Yeah, she was. Like I said, she wasn't as much in it compared to the Amazing Spider-Man. Like in Amazing Spider-Man, you saw her more, of course, but in the Tobey one, you only really saw her in the 3rd movie. And like I said, here and there, same thing with Felicia Hardy, that's Black Cat. She was in that movie too in Spider-Man 3. Like certain Spider-Man characters, they tend to use certain ones they don't really use. So I'm like, that's kind of an odd choice. But yeah, it's unfortunate. I think Tom Holland did something that no Spider-Man actor's done when it comes to live adaptation movies. Like the last 2 Spider-Man movies did $1 billion in the box office, and I thought that was incredible. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, Tobey did a great job playing Spider-Man, but he never got the movies to reach $1 billion in the box office. That's all I'm saying. That's the only comparison I'm making. I'm not saying that Tobey is not a GOAT in his own way. He's a GOAT in his own way, just like Tom Holland is. Andrew grew on me when I saw the Spider-Man 3 No Way Home. Yes, Gwen was in 3. It was like my favorite scene with the symbiote Peter Parker dancing. Yep. Grammy, you right. Yep, that's the scene that they turned into a meme. Facts. Yeah, I remember that. You would remember that, Grammy. Yeah, that was a funny scene. What they call him, emo Spider-Man? I thought that was funny. I was like, yo, hey, it turned that whole man into a meme, bro. Yeah, so how do y'all feel about that? Do you think they should keep time for the 5th and 6th Spider-Man movie? Just say, for instance, Spider-Man 4 Brand New Day does well in the box office. Should Sony and Marvel renegotiate for Tom Holland return for Spider-Man 5 and 6? Because I honestly think that would probably be terrible if they don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, the movie did well in the box office. They're like, Sony like, no, we got somebody else. Is it, in my opinion, Spider-Man 3 was the go. Yeah, Spider-Man 3, man. Like I said, Spider-Man, like I said, I've enjoyed the first Spider-Man trilogy. The second one, you never got a 3rd movie. And then, like I said, Tom Holland was the one that broke the barriers where we were able to get a 4th movie and $1 billion in the box office. But yeah, it's interesting, man. I think this is why Sony and Marvel are always bickering with one another, because one company is like, look, we don't want Spider-Man up to 5 and 6. We're going to end up finding somebody else to play Spider-Man. It took me some time to eventually like Andrew Garfield's. Yeah, I agree, Grammy. Same here, bro. Like, I did not like him in Amazing Spider-Man. When I saw Spider-Man No Way Home, I had a new appreciation for him. I'm not gonna lie. It's certain actors we like, nah. But then when you see the other characters, like, yo, like, he really did do a great job in Spider-Man No Way Home. And, you know, like I said, it's sad that we won't see him again, because a lot of people think he's going to be in Spider-Man for Avengers 4 and 5. No, 5 and 6, excuse me. And he's not returning for that. Andrew like, look, stop saying that I'm returning for a movie, and I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Because Tobey's returning for that. He's returning for the Avengers 5 and 6 movies. And I'm like, terrific. Like I said, Tobey was by far my favorite actor. Tom is number 2. Then Andrew. Like I said, Andrew grew on me. It wasn't like I was like, oh man, he's a great Spider-Man. I'm like, I just hope that Sony and Marvel don't be fighting over Spider-Man again. Like, they always fighting like, I want Spider-Man. I want Spider-Man. So the next thing I want to talk about when it comes to Marvel, It's something because I got a list here too. I want to show y'all guys. Look, this is my list. I do have an actual list. I won't go over all these topics because I don't want it to be super withdrawn. I wish they could make a live action Spider-Man story. That's my favorite. They actually are, Grimy. Grimy, they actually are, man, for real. Like, if you really think about it, they actually are. Let me try something. They got this new question and okay, so I'm like, what? Okay, let me see something, guys. Give me a sec, guys. Okay. All right, I'm coming back, guys. Give me a sec. Done. Okay. I'm back. Okay, so let me go back. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so no, what? Wait, yeah. So okay, the Spider-Man Noray series. Now that you mentioned it, Graham, because I am kind of going into that. I'm kind of glad this is kind of working out. It's kind of flowing in its own way. I can't decide which one my girl and choose. So, thanks, Vig, for tuning in. I don't know who this is, but thanks for tuning in, by the way. But yeah, so with Spider-Man No Way is coming out this year, Grimy. It's a live adaptation series that's coming out in May this year. Nicolas Cage is reprising the role. It's Nicolas Cage is he's playing him. Yeah, so you remember he played him in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and now he's reprising him for the live adaptation, and that's coming out on Amazon. Because for a minute, I was wondering when this was if it was still coming out, because I know Sony canceled a lot of Spider-Man projects that were supposed to be coming out. And I was wondering, I said, dang, are we still getting a Spider-Man Noray series? You know what I'm saying? I even did a video on it a while back, and I was like, I don't know if we still getting this series or not, you know? So then recently, I remember Rose brought it up that they were still doing it, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, yo, that's dope that they continue forward to actually want to do this, because sometimes you hear about these TV shows and even movies and you know that they get canceled. What's going on, Rap Man? My God, what's going on, bro? Happy Saturday. V77 said, I like Spine. Yeah, I've been hearing about the Spine too. We can talk about that too if y'all want to talk about Spine as well. I heard Jamie Foxx still has the role for Spine. I just don't know the direction they're going in for Spine. But I've even talked about that. I've talked about Spine as well. Nora's gonna be fired. Yeah, I agree, bro. Like, I love that you get a choice to watch it in black and white, or you could watch it in color. And I'm excited because, like, some of the villains they've been showing for this actual series, Mr. Negative is gonna be in the series. I thought he was gonna be in the actual Spider-Man movie. So Nora is gonna be a real killer. Yeah, yep, he's a Spider-Man that kills. Yeah, he's a little bit different from Peter Parker Spider-Man, the one that we're familiar with. And actually, I think it's dope because, like I said, it's gonna be in the 1940s. You know, we're gonna see villains that we haven't seen in Spider-Man. Like, I guess more so like actually being villains. Black Cat's supposed to be in the show. Mr. Negative, I believe. Pyro. There were some other characters too. Yeah, bro, shoot webs and bullets. Yeah. But it looks interesting. I really hope that this is really successful, because Sony, don't get me wrong, has done some great stuff with Spider-Man back in the early 2000s. Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies. Remember, that was Sony. That was primarily Sony, right? So I hope that this live adaptation series actually does really well, because honestly, I'm like, yo, it's Nicolas Cage. On top of that, it looks like it's going to be something different that we haven't quite seen. Like, yeah, in the comic books and even the animated world, I love when Marvel gets, yeah, man. Well, not just Marvel. This is Sony. You got to remember, Sony owns majority of the Spider-Man characters. They're only sharing Kingpin and also Peter Parker Spider-Man. So this is more of a Sony project compared to an actual, what's the name? Like, Marvel will be associated with it probably, of course. But yeah, this is all Sony. Screw DC. No, I like DC, Grimy. They're still coming up. You know what I'm saying? They do have their issues, of course, as a company. But hey, it is what it is, man. I think Marvel and also, like I said, Sony realize, you know what I'm saying, there's money into this. So I think with live adoption, they realized, like, let's try this again. Only for Batman? Nah. The Green Lantern series looks decent. That's coming out with Hal Jordan and also my favorite Green Lantern, John Stewart, and Joker. Oh, grimy. You didn't like the new Superman movie that came out? No? Yes? Maybe? Wow. I guess there's nothing wrong with that. I guess everybody has their preferences, whether it's Marvel or DC, but I actually like Marvel. I actually like DC as well. I think it's dope though. I think Sony realized, like, let's just establish more animated stuff. Try again with live adoption, because clearly that wasn't working for Sony when it came to doing this villain Spider-Man universe they had set up. That was terrible. But yeah, Spider-Man No Age should be good. Let me see if there's anything else I want to talk about Marvel related until I jump into the next topic. Let me see. Did I talk about that? Yep, I did talk about that. Okay, so I do have one more Marvel related thing, and then I'm gonna move forward to the next topic. So the next thing is something that honestly is too clean for me. Oh, you say he a Boy Scout. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. We all got our preferences. So Marvel did confirm, and this is kind of not necessarily new news because it's been talked about for quite a while, maybe earlier this month, that pretty much Marvel Studios wants to do a solo Hulk movie. Honestly, I'm gonna be real with y'all. I think it's kind of too late. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I think about it now, I was like, what could they do to make it interesting enough? And I mean, Hulk is actually, a lot of y'all haven't paid attention. Thor Ragnarok was really supposed to have been a Hulk solo movie. That's what it felt like, because he was more into that actual movie besides Thor, but it felt like it was a Hulk movie if you really think about it. Mark Ruffalo, don't get me wrong. Maybe that's not my favorite Hulk actor, and I have a bias. Edward Norton by far was the best Hulk actor that we ever had. And I'm like, Mark Ruffalo, I'm like, really? Y'all like, look, we're going to give him a movie. I'm like, he all right. He ain't nothing special. You know what I'm saying? I think it's too late. You know what I'm saying? It's like, y'all have already done enough with Hulk. You know what I'm saying? Man, he's the worst Hulk, but he's saved by his comedy. Yeah, he's got the acting chops with it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Jazz, how's it going? Happy Saturday. Thanks for tuning in, sis. I appreciate it. Yeah, I just think that he's not a good choice for a solo movie. Like, if they give him a TV series, maybe. But, like, literally, I'm like, I don't know. I think Marvel should just be like, you know what? No, just include him in another Marvel movie. Maybe either have him, I don't know if they're bringing She-Hulk back. Put him in She-Hulk season 2, because I've been rumors that they're doing a She-Hulk season 2. Do that, but a movie with Mark Ruffalo playing Hulk, I don't want it. Hey, how's it going, Jazz? But yeah, I just think personally it's not a good move. It's like, well, what could you do to actually be like, yo, I would love to see Mark Ruffalo as Hulk? It's like, he ain't the greatest Hulk actor ever. How did you like She-Hulk? I never finished it either, Jazz. I tried, and it's more. And the crazy thing, I know a lot of people say it's not connected to the comic book. It is. It's more like the comic book than a lot of people believe. I just couldn't get through it. It's just certain Marvel shows I just couldn't get through. That wasn't the only one. Jessica Jones season 3, I never finished that either. Season 1 and 2, finished it. Season 3 was a snooze fest. I get to that one episode, and every single time I go sleep. I'll be catching them Z's. Everyone was the best Hulk. He was. He actually was. She-Hulk was just so bad. I personally, like I said, at some point I got into it, and then I was just like, yeah, this is not for me no more. Clearly. Same with Jessica Jones. Yeah, same here, Jazz. I just couldn't get through. Like season 1 and 2, when they had her start writing the episodes for Jessica Jones, that's when I was like, yeah, this is clearly not for me anymore. Like, her writing just wasn't really helping the episodes personally. That's how I really felt about it. don't know how Marvel get like this. How when you watch these shows, they bored or not. To get these movies are coming out with where they're two different departments, Grimy. You know, you got the TV show division for Marvel, and you got the movie division. So they operate differently, and that's the same thing I've noticed with DC. DC's television department is a lot different from the movie department. I mean, sure that I'm pretty sure they share certain people that are a part of both departments, but yeah. Yeah, the question you want to imagine, like, oh, I'm looking at something else. My bad. Yeah, but I guess it is what it is. But you know, like I said, I think Hawk is just honestly me. Yeah, so it's crazy, man. I just think that the Hawk movie, I don't want to see it. Edward Norton, if y'all can't get Edward Norton to come back, I just don't want to see it. It's unfortunate. Like I said, Edward Norton, like I said, he had a great impression on me when I seen that Incredible Hulk movie. I'm like, yo, this is Hulk. Oh man, so. The next thing I want to talk about, let me see, guys. I'm going to do something. I'm going to ask y'all, as a matter of fact, since you guys are usually here for me and supporting, do y'all want to talk about music for the next actual thing? Or do we want to talk about, let me see what else, gaming? Which one y'all want to talk about? Yeah, because I actually like DC comic shows more than a lot of the movies. Yeah, some of the DC shows are really good, Jazz. I agree. I think like I said, it just depends on the department, the era when it comes to DC shows. I like some of the Marvel shows. Like, I don't know if you guys checked out the new Wonder Man. I think the new Wonder Man was really good. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. That new Wonder Man it blew me away because it wasn't your typical Marvel show. And I was like, okay, yeah, the Penguin was good, Grammy. That Penguin series. And we getting a season 2 for that, Grammy. Did you know that? We are getting a season 2 for the Penguin with Colin Farrell playing the Penguin again. I think that's his breakout role for a villain. Besides playing Bullseye and Daredevil, you know what I notice about myself? I tend to like DC villains a lot more. They're like superheroes. Yeah, when you think about it, some of them are, or just maybe their storylines. You know, certain storylines you connect with certain villains and stuff like that. I think that's how I felt about with Killmonger. When it came to certain elements, I'm like, yo, I can understand Killmonger's frustration when it comes to Marvel. Even with DC, certain villains, I'm like, I connect with this villain. You know what I'm saying? Like, just maybe more relatable, or maybe just the storytelling with it. Let's see. I need to watch the Superman. I'm kind of interested in the Supergirl movie coming out, but I could be biased. Okay. Yeah, you know what, Jazz? I agree. I'm looking forward to the Supergirl movie. I like the direction it's going in. It's kind of weird. I don't want to compare it to Guardians of the Galaxy, but it's kind of giving that vibe. Maybe the director was inspired by that, but I'm not going to say like it's Guardians of the Galaxy 2.0, 1.0, because I'm like, you know, I have to see that for myself to say like, yeah, it took elements from Guardians of the Galaxy, but yeah, Lolo, because you think about it, villains are almost just justifying things they do. It's gonna be the same girl from the show. No, it's not, Rose. It's a different girl. The girl from the new Superman movie is actually playing her. The girl from the CW era of Supergirl, she's not playing her. Yeah, it's you would think that because a lot of people don't realize movie show contracts. This is why we didn't have Ezra Miller, not Ezra Miller, excuse me, Grant Gustin, excuse me, for the Flash movie, because a movie contract is different from a TV show contract, and the money's even different. So that's the other thing too that I've come to realize. I'm like, why didn't they pick certain actors to, you know, pick up for the other actor, and then they're like, oh, a movie show contract is different from a TV show contract. So I mean, it'd have been dope to see her come back and stuff. Hey, T-Berries, how's it going? Happy Saturday. So the next thing, they just need a season 2 on the pan. Yeah, they're giving us a season 2. Yep, they are giving a season 2. I'm looking forward to a season 1 I got on DVD. You know, like I said, I still collect my physical media. And I'm looking forward to that. I'm like, okay, if y'all can give us a season 2 as good as season 1, I'm all for it. I'm not one of those people like, nah, I don't want to see a season 2. I'm like, look, if the storytelling is good as season 1 and what they're doing with the story, I'm all for it. Hey, Grace, how's it going? So yeah, it's interesting that they're doing it. So The next thing is something that I'm going to talk about because this is something that honestly it's interesting. Let's talk about music for a minute, y'all. Like I don't want to like dive into it, but I did find out recently, and this is why I tell people that physical media is important, whether it's DVDs, whether it's for movies or TV shows, and even just music in general. So it seems like a lot of the music physical media is back. And I'm happy about that because I think the problem with streaming is that a lot of your favorite artists, not saying all of them, don't get paid off of streaming like they should. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not no big artist like a Kendrick, a J. Cole, a Drake. You're not making money. You are not making. It's harder for artists to make money off of streaming. They only get paid change and pennies. And I've noticed recently because I bought J. Cole's album off the actual website that he had. And actually, it was surprising. It's like they were promoting physical media. Like they had the digital version for the album, of course, right? But a lot of the things that's going on, the music industry is shifting. It's shifting, all right? And it's great to see that physical media is coming back for music because honestly, don't get me wrong. I don't mind downloading stuff digitally from my favorite artists, but sometimes there ain't nothing like a physical copy. You know what I'm saying? Because whether something happens where you can't get that music from Amazon, iTunes, Spotify, you might not be able to get those songs anymore. You know what I'm saying? They can just like, hey, I'm taking these songs off and they can do what they want to do with it. You know what I'm saying? I love that physical media is back. I'm tired of for DVDs, CDs. I can't. Yeah, it's definitely something that is needed. Tequila, wine, bourbon, whiskey. I bought Drake album and Drake only. Hey, you got your people that you enjoy. Yeah, I just think it's good because streaming is not really doing well for artists. Like I said, if you're not one of those artists that are top artists, it's harder for them to make money. And this is why a lot of artists come out with websites. Each artist I've noticed, they have their websites now. You know what I'm saying? It could be artists that are well-known, underground, indie. Underground and indie are the same thing. I just found that out recently. So I think it's a lot much easier for them to make money. Even when I went to Bruno Mars, because you know Bruno Mars has an album coming out, and on his website for the album that's coming out this year, it actually you can buy the physical CD or the physical vinyl on the website. Like they're letting you know. Because like I said, when I bought J. Cole's album, I bought the physical. They had the vinyl option, they had the other option, CD option, and then the digital option. Oh yeah, I can't wait. Yeah. And like I said before, they need to start going back into stores. Like, let's have all these albums, bring it back to Target where you can buy physical CDs. Don't get me wrong. I know people that love vinyls. I'm not a vinyl person. Just give me the CD or the digital, you know, if they're only releasing stuff digital. The only Drake album I ever bought, now if you're reading this, it's too late, strictly because I thought it was his last album. Even though I thought it was going to be a celebration. Okay. Yeah, you know, like I said, yeah, physical media is definitely important. Yeah, I see a lot of artists have websites. Yep, that's exactly why, Jazz, because the thing is they're not making money with streaming. You know, a lot of people are like, oh, I just bought the streaming and that's it. And I'm like, that's your favorite artist. I get it. Sometimes artists do have pricey albums. You know what I'm saying? Some of them are a little bit more expensive than others, but if you're able to buy the album, why not? You know what I'm saying? Now, if you can buy the digital, that's fine too. But it's just one of those things where we've been hearing over and over again. Even one of my favorite underground artists, Billy Woods, was like, look, I don't get paid enough off of streaming. And he even has his own website for all his music, digital and physical. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, well, you know, it is going to show you that this era is not really helping artists. You know what I'm saying? Even if you are an indie artist, mainstream, underground. Like I said, underground and indie are the same thing. So it's interesting, the times that we're living in. And like I said, they have no choice but to actually sell their merch on a website. Like I said, vinyls, CDs. But I just hope it comes back to like Myers, Target, even Best Buy. I used to love going to Best Buy to go pick up a CD. That was hey, look, when I would go to Best Buy, I would love to go to Best Buy, and especially Target. They used to have those deluxe edition CDs. The best thing about being independent or underground is you don't have to compromise yourself. Yeah, that's true. That is true. And they're one and the same too, Graham. I found that out recently, underground and indie. And my next topic is something that's going to surprise a lot of you guys because I've been telling people about this. I only buy albums that I can play, no skips, which is Drake and Summer Walker, Tiana Taylor albums, although because there are no skips. You know what, T-Bears? I can understand where you're coming from with that. There are certain artists where I know if I listen to their music enough, they're probably going to have no skips. And for me, there are artists that are like that for sure. They need to start rocking their merch or even showing fans they're rocking their merch on social media. Probably get more people buying it. I know Jid does that, Jazz. You know, the sign of Dreamville. He's actually, you can see his merch. I've seen him promoted on IG and everything. I'm like, okay, that's dope that he's able to actually have his merch. You know what I'm saying? He's not just posting his music, but you can see him posting his actual merch and stuff like that. Yeah, I wish more artists would do that though. Like you said, I don't see like there's certain artists that do it and there's certain ones that don't. I guess more people are like, look, just come to my website. You'll see the merch and stuff like that. I know Amazon Music. I don't know if people use Amazon Music a lot, but like if you go to your artist and you favorite the artist, right? So you'll see their merch, the vinyl, the CD, and what else they're offering. And I think it's kind of dope that artists are able to do that with streaming platforms. Like you can buy the merch on there and stuff like that, whether it's a hoodie or a sweatshirt or something like that. I see people make one post of their merch and that's it normally. It depends on the artist, I guess, Jazz. You got a good point there. That's a good point. I guess it really depends on the artist. Some are a little bit more, I guess you could say, out there willing to promote their stuff. Some you don't see it like that. You're like, wait, you got merch? They're like, look, just come to the website. So the next topic I want to talk about, and it's dealing with music as well, is actually something that is a shift. So we know that hip hop is known for being mainstream, not in 2026. It seems like mainstream hip hop is kind of taking a back seat and underground hip hop is becoming more of a dominant thing. And I'm kind of glad, to be honest with you guys. Don't get me wrong. There are some mainstream artists I do enjoy, but I'm telling you, underground hip hop is where it's at. All right. These people don't have the record labels telling them what to do with the music, how to put it out and everything like that. Oh, you got to wait to so-and-so and da-da-da-da. No. There are artists I listen to that's underground. I'm telling you, they drop albums every other month. I'm like, yo, it's like Christmas. I like someone working should promote merchandise for graphics that say I'm a gold girl or something like that. Yeah, so I think it's amazing to hear that underground hip hop is kind of becoming more of a popular thing versus the mainstream. I mean, there's some dope artists underground. I can tell y'all some of y'all want to know. Love the Genius, phenomenal artist, underground, of course. Right, I agree too. Who else? You got pretty much Billy Woods. If you like Nas, you'll like Billy Woods. That's all I really can say. But it's Summer Walker, there, President Absorb, but she's a good singer. I'm telling you. She's down in the chair the whole time. Wow. You know, some artists, you know, people tend to enjoy. But it's dope. It's dope to hear that underground is kind of becoming more of a thing. And I think that, like I said, the reasons why, because they don't have to worry about the record labels. I remember hearing about indie artists used to promote on Twitter and Tumblr. Yeah. And you know what, Jazz? Now that you mention it, indie is underground. I found that out recently today. So artists, like if you think about it, Kendrick Lamar was independent, but he was underground. You know what I'm saying? TDE, it was an independent record label, but the style was underground. But yeah, I think it's dope that we're in an era now for music where people are starting to appreciate underground more. This is why I tell people, like, if you're looking for artists that are hip hop, that are underground, that have a 90s style to it, Shay Nord, another phenomenal artist that's got like this Biggie flow. She's got the Biggie flow, rap style. She even produces, by the way. That's why I started not to like her. She Scorny vibes. Yeah, that's what they saved the show and the fans singing the song with her. Yeah, but I think Underground is definitely it's good to see it's getting more appreciated. Summer Walker on the Jill Scott album. I haven't heard Jill Scott new album. Is it any good, Jazz? I mean, I've heard some of her music before, but I never really decided to check out the new album. Yeah, Jill Scott has a new album out, Grammy. Yeah, she does. She has a new album out. You know, G's on there, Summer Walker, Tierra Whack is on there. Like I said, I've seen the track list. I just haven't checked it out. Like, if anybody knows it's good, let me know. I might check it out. You know what I'm saying? I do, from time to time, do review albums. So, like I said, not on here, but on my other IG, I do actually review albums or just talk about music. What's going on, Nitrous? I should do, but she does have some questionable songs, though, and a bit raunchy. It is what it is, right? Yeah, so I think personally, when it comes to underground, I'm kind of glad that the scene for underground music is becoming more dominant. And like I said, they actually have more music releases. Like, you guys are one of those people that love albums or just projects coming out. Then Mama got a new album out. I ain't heard of it. Yeah. Yeah, so it's crazy that in 2026 that the genre of hip hop is still growing, but like I said, mainstream is kind of on the back seat for hip hop, whereas underground is the more dominant thing now. Like I said, Shaynor, Billy Woods, Lucid, Gabe Nandez. There are quite a bit of artists that are underground that are actually really good. Did y'all hear the new T.I. song? Actually, I actually did hear the new T.I. song. Seems like it's gonna be dope. I will say, out of the Southern rappers, I really do like T.I. You know what I'm saying? As an artist from the South, Ludacris. Him and Ludacris got a new project coming out. Yeah, but T.I. said this is his final album. I'm like, man, he better do a good one with this, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is your final album. Give it your all. Is Mike on his way to the concert for the new album? Mike? Who's Mike? I've been looping, returning about music, but the new Baby Keem album seems to like it's hidden. Yeah, the new Baby Keem is straight. I actually like it. You know what I'm saying? It's a little different from the first album. You know what I'm saying? But I like his approach. He's like, I don't know if I would say that he took actually like he's influenced by Kid Cudi and Ye. And you can hear that in the music, you know what I'm saying? But I felt like this album was a little bit more personal and everything. And I like the collaborations done with Kendrick. I mean, I like Ludacris, even though he said, I feel a purple. I like cartoon that don't let me stop. Yeah, so, yeah, Ludacris is dropping new music. T.I. is. I just hope that T.I. does his thing, man. I mean, the first single sounds decent, solid, working with Pharrell again. And like I said before, it's dope. Like I said, there's still mainstream artists I do like, but I feel like there are certain artists was like, it don't really work for me. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I still enjoy mainstream, but underground's where it's at now. That's the craziest thing. I was like, man, because I be telling people about these artists. I'm like, yo. People be like, what? I'm like, yeah, there's some phenomenal artists out there. Pharrell's on everybody's album now, almost early, like 2000 again. Yeah, man. Hey, look, Pharrell, he said, I got to make that money. Is Mike on the way to see Sheila at her concert for a new album? Who is Mike? T-Berries, who is Mike? I'm trying to figure out who this Mike character. Are you talking about the underground artist Mike? Is that who you're talking about, T-Berries? Because I'm confused. Oh, that's what I want to know too. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out because the Mike that I'm thinking about is the underground artist Mike. Now, T-Berries, I heard they coming out with another. Well, he got why they get married. Oh, you're talking about the Tyler Perry. That's what you're talking about. I'm like, Jazz, thanks for the clarification. Because I'm like, what? Who? like Mike Epps, who? Yeah. When she said it, I'm like, who's she talking about, girl? Thinking she's talking about music. You know what I'm saying? So He's talking about the Tyler Perry movie. I'm like, oh. I tend to enjoy. I'm not the biggest Tyler Perry fan when it comes to like the Madea movies. I'm more into like the ones they do that are based on true stories. I don't know if anybody knows that, but that's more what I'm into. Don't get me wrong. If you like the Madea movies, I get it. Me, I'm like, if he does the based on true story movies, I tend to like those a lot more compared to the Madea movies. I'm kind of like, I guess I don't even like Tyler Perry. Yeah, I'm not really into like the Madea movies. I'm more into like the based on true story movies that he tends to do. That's what I tend to like from him personally. And even that last movie he did with Taraji P. Henson, that was really good. That was like a thriller, a psychological thriller movie that was on Netflix. That was really good, but the other stuff I'm not really too thrilled. Like, oh yeah, I'll go see it. Like, I'll watch it if they don't want to watch it. But me, I'm like, it is what it is. I usually avoid Tyler Perry at all costs. I'm sorry seeing him play grandma. I'm sorry putting the people in the janky way. Not Jazz. Why would you say that? You know what I thought about when you said that, Jazz? This should meet more with. She ain't lying though. Some of the wigs do be looking tired. Unbelievable, right? I guess he said, look, he gonna put them in the wigs whether you like it or not. The wig do be. I'm just saying. Yeah, like I said, the last Tyler Perry movie I saw, it came out on Netflix, not the newest one. When it came to that's only because my parent wanted to see it, and it was okay. It had the repetitive storyline. That's why I tend to like the ones that he does that are based on true stories. It reminds me of the Boondocks episode. Man, it's crazy. He did not like the episode because that portrayed who he really was. That's the craziest thing. That's probably why he hated it. He was like, yeah, he hated that episode. And the crazy thing is, the studio that he was at during that time was right next to like Adult Swim studio, and he did not like that. No, oh yeah, he didn't like it. He didn't like that episode. But I see why now, because a lot of that stuff is coming out now, and it's like, well, the episode depicted it. This is really who he is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't got nothing against people that are that way, but that's their choice at the end of the day. But it just revealed how he was. Did Tyler Perry get yeah, he tried. He tried at some point, T-Berries. Yeah. That episode that was brought up in the chat. Yeah, he tried. He tried to get them canceled. Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. Just because they portrayed you how you really are, though. That somebody knew something. They ain't just making no episodes, you know what I'm saying? For some of these TV shows, a lot of the things people don't realize from TV shows just depict certain things that hint at certain things, right? And when I think back when it comes to certain stuff, I'm like, dang, like, did they really? They figured him out. You know what I'm saying? He probably was like, I ain't feeling them making fun of me like that. But yeah, so that's interesting for sure. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is something that is kind of surprising. So the Nintendo Switch is coming out. At the pinnacle of his career, he had much power to him that they were always setting him up for something bigger. Yeah. And like I said, when the show revealed how he really was, I guess they said, oh, they let the cat out the bag. Like, oh, that's how he really is. So recently the PlayStation 6 has been delayed and the Switch 2 prices are going up. So the craziest thing about this is when I think about it now, like, don't get me wrong, I do have a Switch 2, by the way. And I'm like, yo, that's crazy. The PlayStation is actually getting expected to be delayed because of 2028 or 2029 year. It's kind of weird. Definitely weird. So the Switch 2 prices that they're actually going to be coming up with for the prices, $500 for Switch 2 or $550 for Switch 2. I don't know why people just don't play PC. PC's getting expensive too, Grammy. PC's getting expensive too. Let me tell you something. So the reason why the PlayStation 6 is, he's talking about, he likes you, Blerd. You got a new subscriber. Oh, okay. I appreciate it. So pretty much what's happening is there's a shortage. And I've talked about this before. I never really did like a full-on video about it with RAM. All the stuff that you, even with computers, RAM, there's a RAM shortage going on. And this is why not just PCs being affected, because the RAM for PC is expensive. The RAM for these upcoming consoles, the PlayStation 6 and then the next gen consoles, are gonna get expensive. And the thing is, they're incorporating AI within the RAM. That's why the RAM is so pricey, and the RAM is hard to find RAM, Grimy. So the other problem is pretty much, yes, you can have RAM, right? But the thing is, it's harder to find RAM. You know what I'm saying? It's very hard to find RAM. Even if you want to build a computer, say for instance, you're like, look, I want to build a computer. Hey, that's costly too. I'm over here, AI's. Yeah, it is. It really, it's affecting a lot of different things. Yes, agreed. And people don't see that. The thing, they're like, oh yeah, I want the next gen console. Well, guess what? They're integrating AI into the RAM and the system. So the thing is, even if the PlayStation 6 does come out in 2028 or 2029, the problem is we're still getting pimped. Whether we are a consumer or not. You know what I'm saying? As Tupac Shakur would say, we all getting pimped. We getting pimped as gamers, whether you are a PC gamer or a console gamer. There's no way around it, because they're trying to feel, hey, let's integrate it. We don't want you to buy RAM for a console or a computer. It's getting crazy. So yes, unfortunate. It's like even with the electric bills are getting higher and people wondering why it's the it's a lot going on with that AI, man. Like I said, I ain't the biggest fan of it. You know what I'm saying? My level is the best one I've ever played on. Yeah, man. But the thing is, like I said, if you want to make your own computer, it's gonna be ridiculous. The price for building a PC is ridiculous now. They get the RAM for it is ridiculous. Same thing for a PlayStation. You know what I'm saying? So it's like AI, they're pushing it. They're like, look, we want it in the systems. You know what I'm saying? It's like, why can't we just get regular RAM like we used to? Now they're trying to make it where it's hard for you to find RAM, and it's expensive. RAM is up to $500, $1,000 for RAM. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're looking for RAM to build a computer, it's expensive. It's pricey. It's no way around it. You know what I'm saying? It's sad. But the Nintendo Switch going up, I'm not surprised, because when I think about it now, it is one of their fastest selling consoles, Nintendo Switch 2. And they realize, like, we got to make more money. Nintendo is like, look, we are innovative as we're always been, but let's make more money. And I figured that, you know what I'm saying? I actually got my Nintendo Switch too, as a matter of fact. I'm going to be talking about this as well when it comes to it. So chat, you control everything with AI. Well, the thing is, it's not healthy for the environments, Grace. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, they're relying too heavy on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're trying to integrate everything with AI, and I don't think that's necessarily a good idea, because now you got to worry about your information as well. You know what I'm saying? You got to be careful with information that you're putting into this AI. So it's problematic. You know what I'm saying? It's harming the environment. You know what I'm saying? And the water system and all that other stuff. It can also affect data, how you perceive data. You know, a lot of people think a lot of stuff that you see on the internet is hard to find what's real and fake anymore. You can't really tell. It's scary, you know what I'm saying? But I definitely see PlayStation 6 not being a 2028. If it does, late 2028, 2029 release, I really don't know. I think personally, it is definitely an era that we're living in where they're just trying to integrate it with everything. AI does some weird things. Yeah. Taiwan has the hold on RAM. Yeah. RAM is it's a scarcity market for it, man. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's sad. You know, like I said before, you know, man, take me back to gaming when it wasn't like that, right? These were even some interviews released this week on people that made it said that they hadn't made AI or been a part of the development because of the impact of the long term. Yeah, yes, it's got its pros and cons. You know, more cons so than pros, but yeah, it's definitely getting to a point. Did you hear about Jazz? There's AI social media. I'm like, what? Where they're talking among one another? Isn't that crazy? I'm like, AI social media, and this is the other thing too that's creepy about AI. And like I said, to each his own. You know what I'm saying? I see a lot more people actually willing to give their actual social media to AI to run it completely. Me, I'm like, to each his own. I'm like, I don't trust AI. Just like, yeah, I'm gonna post how I want to post it. No, I'm old fashioned. Yeah, I don't want no parts either. It's an AI singer, yeah. Yeah, you got that too. So yeah, the AI thing, certain things I'm just not for. You're not gonna run my social media where I'm just chilling doing other things. Yeah, it is. And then even when you die, it'll still run your social media. So say for instance you pass away and something happens where you die, and I'm not wishing that on nobody, but the thing is it'll still run like you're still there physically. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I can say those AI singers, excuse me, they may sound good. What happens to those people with raw talent? Yeah. Yeah, you know, some of these places, some of these music platforms has banned AI. I think Spotify's banned it. Bandcamp was the first ones I heard about that actually banned it. And also these AI authors that use AI to write books. Wow, people getting lazy on writing books, Rose. That's believable. I could definitely see that. People, there's this one guy that I seen on social media, and I mean the titles for his books are straight dookie rolls. I'm not gonna lie, but apparently people are buying them. Yeah, what is Bandcamp? So Bandcamp is a music platform where you could buy actual physical CDs from your favorite artists, or maybe just a digital version of their albums, or even their merch. Sometimes they have their merch on there. It's a music website. That's all it is. Like you could type in, like even like some of the mainstream artists have it. This reminds me of Upload when people upload their controversially. Yeah, that and Batman Beyond. Remember the episode when the man's grandfather uploaded his conscience into a computer and then he tried to take his grandson's place? Oh, okay, now I get it. Thank you. You're welcome, Rose. Yeah, it's a website. And like I said, I actually got some of Anderson .Paak's earlier music that came out on that website as well before he became Anderson .Paak. Yeah, Batman Beyond that. Yeah. I'm telling you, Jazz, they show you some of that stuff in these TV shows for a reason, man. That's why I tell people, I'm like, nah, some of this stuff they know coming. I think AI should just be used for everything as much, shouldn't be used for everything as much as it is. Yeah. Agreed. Yeah, it's crazy. I'm like, not for that. But my next thing I want to talk about, excuse me, my voice is just is something dealing with racing games. Let me just get one of these. So, excuse me. So Sega, I ain't gonna lie, they use AI for diet plans. Yeah, that's maybe a plus. Off topic, what are you eating? Oh, these are called peppermint brownie bites that I got from Myers. These are actually pretty good, Jazz. It's not overly peppermint, but it's got like brownie in it. And as you can see, it's got like the little white ball. I can show you guys what it look like. I was just about to ask it is, Jazz. Is it healthy? Let's see. Hold on, T-berries. Let me look at this. It's not a lot of sodium in the T-berries, but I wouldn't say eat a lot of them. You know what I'm saying? Don't overindulge in it. There's the little thing on there. You know what I'm saying? Don't overindulge in it and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, I guess if you eat a decent limit, you know what I'm saying? Don't overindulge in it. But Sega is upset because they thought that Sonic Racing Cross Worlds was supposed to do a lot better. And I think Sega went wrong with this game. And let me just explain why. The reason they went wrong with this game, the DLCs are not Sega characters mainly. And I'm like, Sega, if this is a Sonic game, you would think that they would actually have more Sonic characters in it as DLCs, but that's not the case. And I think that's why it underperformed. Now, the other thing is too, besides this game, I gotta keep it 100. I gotta keep it a buck with you guys. Oh, I don't have the game with me. So, Mario Kart 9 was a top contender game. When you think about it, like Mario Kart, it is a top selling game. And then you got Kirby Air Racing. Are you okay? Don't tell me you're getting sick. Yeah, I think it's just my sinuses, man. This weather keep changing back and forth, T-berries. You know how it is and stuff like that. I think that's what it is. I think it's more so the weather. It's like 1 minute it's the cold, next minute it's hot. But yeah, I'm not super sick, you know what I'm saying? But it's just, I think it's just the weather pattern change thing going on. But I think honestly, wish it would stay one way. Yeah, agreed. Agreed. Because I'm like, this weather is something else. Oh yeah, it's definitely the weather. Whew. Yeah, but I think the main reason why that game didn't do well, because you're competing with Sonic Racing, competing with Mario Kart. Mario Kart is definitely the top contender. Kirby Air Racing is really good too. Like, I gotta admit, I played that recently on the Switch too, and I'm like, these games are a lot better. I mean, don't get me wrong, Sonic Racing did have some things that it kind of took from Mario Kart 9, but I think Mario's the more popular character. You know what I'm saying? When you think about it, now it's like Mario is the go-to racing game. Like Sonic, when you think of Sonic, you think Sonic more of a platformer and not as a racing game. So that could be exactly why it's actually not succeeding. Now get this, right? So apparently, Sega is gonna be doing another version of this game, Sonic Crossroads, for the Switch 2. Now on the Switch 2, it will have more Sonic characters on there as DLCs. And I think that's where they went wrong. Like, you guys should have at least, when y'all came out with the game, like, hey, let's add more Sonic characters and not SpongeBob or Minecraft characters from other games. You know what I'm saying? Like, keep it with the Sonic characters. Wouldn't that have been much easier? I think Sonic as an adventure game, not a racing game. Yeah, that's exactly what it is, Jazz. I think a lot of people prefer the platformer games over the racing game. I'm not gonna lie, this is good. This is better than the previous Sonic racing game that I had. But I think, like you said before, people are more familiar with the platformer and not the racing game. And then the competition, like I said before, you got Kirby racing, you got Mario Kart racing. We familiar with those games. Those are the more popular racing games that are out. So yeah, I think Sega had high expectations, and it just didn't work out. It didn't work out. They realized, like, well, this game, we had high expectations for it. It's not selling well. It underperformed as a game. And I think because, like I said before, if they would have had more Sonic DLC characters, when you get the game, it probably would have been more successful. Add Sonic Brother on there, Sonic Sister. You know what I'm saying? Let's get some of these other characters that we've seen in the Sonic universe when it comes to Sonic Racing. And I'm like, that wasn't given that. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you got Werewolf Sonic the first day it came out and everything, but that was the only character that was from the Sonic universe. Like, they could have had plenty of other Sonic characters. I'm like, yeah, so I mean, I hope it works out for Sonic Racing when it comes to the Switch 2. But I honestly can say this is better than the previous Sonic game they came out with racing. Just the customization, specials and everything. And I was just like, yeah, this is definitely better. So, yeah. When it comes to another game as well that's coming out, fans are divided about this game. And I can understand why, because it seems like Nintendo just is pulling out money from left and right. So Nintendo is actually talking about doing a Mario. Was Super Mario Brothers the last? No, it wasn't Super Mario. So Mario Brothers Wonder is actually supposed to be getting the actual deluxe edition that's coming out on Switch 2. And honestly, fans are divided about it. And I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about. Let me just pull it up on the tablet for a minute. Like, give me a sec. Hold on, guys. Oh, are you going to see the new Super Mario movie come out? Yeah, probably so, Jazz. I probably will. Because I didn't see the last one in theaters, and I felt like, man, I should have saw that in theaters. Let me see if I can pull it up. Mario, let me see. Mario Wonder. Let me see. Give me a sec. Found it. Give me a sec, guys. I'm just pulling it up so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's the last one, but guess what, Grimy? Give me a sec. Let me show you what they're doing. Hold on, let me. Come on, there we go. As you can see, they've done Mario Wonder again, right? So Mario Wonder is coming back out on the Switch 2. And then this is why I said Nintendo is kind of bold about this, because now, when you think about it, they're actually adding on another area to play, you know, in the game and stuff. Last one was cool. I enjoyed that one for sure. Jack Black as Bowser was perfect. Yeah, of course. But is this wrong that Nintendo is charging us an additional fee, right, for this next Mario game that's coming out that's already been on the previous Switch? Isn't that crazy? $79.99 for the Switch 2 version and the Switch 1 version. Let's see how much the Switch 1 version is. Let me go back. Let me just pull this up right quick. So the Switch 1 version, yeah, Nintendo's greedy. I agree, Josh. Let me pull up the first version of the game. So this is the original version of the game right here, 59. Let me just do it this way. $59.99. This is the exact same game, right? But the problem is fans are getting hip. They're like, Nintendo pimping us. They look like, wait, we $7.99. The other version still $59.99. That's the regular price for it on the actual Switch 1, which is kind of crazy. So all they're adding is a new area within the game. And I think it'll be a little bit more multiplayer based as well. I know the first one is, of course, but they added some new things to it. But Nintendo, what are you doing? Like, I get Nintendo's known for actually redoing games, putting it on a previous console. We know they're known for that, but I think I don't want to spend no more money on this. You know what I'm saying? Like, why? I'm gonna keep the original. Let me pull this up. There we go. I'm gonna keep the original. I just think, to me, purposely, they're like, look, we know this is a top selling game. Let's try again on the Switch 2. And I'm like, nah. Nah. I'll keep my first one, you know what I'm saying? And fans are upset because they feel like it's a money grab. That's why. They looked at it like, that's the Mario, right? It's our top seller game, right along with Pokemon too, of course, right? And I'm like, well, Nintendo, like, you're only adding one new stage with other stages as well, which I thought was really cool. I was like, really? You guys just say, hey, we're going to add some more money to this. To me, it was the craziest idea ever. I was like, no, Nintendo. You guys are tripping. You guys are tripping, Nintendo. And I think Nintendo realizes that pretty much. They just say, just pay more expensive to be justified. Yeah, it's crazy. I was just like, Nintendo is out of their freaking mind. I'm like, Nintendo, you know you guys just illegally downloaded. No, you know what, Grimy? If they have the actual update thing, I might consider. Like, if the update is a decent price, I'll pay the update fee for it, not buying the physical for it, though. I can't just stand them upcharging Just Dance. Why do we always get to pay for extra more songs, search the catalog, either unless you buy the old one? Yeah, they gotta make some money. They said, look, they're gonna find a way to milk their games. They said, look, we're gonna milk it the best way we can. It's the craziest thing though, when you think about it. It's like, well, is this really the case? Right. But yeah, I think Nintendo's wrong for it. Like I said before, I think I'm with the people that are against it. I think they should just, if that's the case, why don't y'all just add it as an add-on? You know what I'm saying? $10. You know what I'm saying? Do that as an add-on for a DLC. Hey man, you gotta find a way. True. They said they gonna make sure they do that, right? They said, look, we gonna do something with our money. Like, y'all gonna buy this other one. Nah. If they don't have an additional $10 DLC, I probably won't get it. I personally think that the other one's fine. I mean, there's a lot of levels already as it is on the game. You know what I'm saying? It's long enough. There's a lot more to do. Like, Mario games tend to be fairly long. The way I'm about to hop on YouTube and make a playlist just dance songs, they not getting any more money from me. That's understandable. Yeah, man. Nintendo is definitely. Look, let me tell you something, Jazz. So I got a Nintendo Switch 2, right? So I bought a Nintendo Switch 2, and what happened was, like, how you buy the subscription card because you want to, like, make sure that you update the plan. Now, let me get this straight, right? So, like, I said, hey, I'm going to update it so I can do it for the whole 365, 12 months. They're talking about I can't do that because I have the new subscription pack. I'm like, Nintendo, y'all out here on y'all Debo today, huh? Talking about I cannot use the actual thing that I have. And I'm like, this sucks. I love Mario games, but they're so expensive. Nintendo's expensive. When it comes to their games, they're all here remixing their games, adding additional DLCs, and they do it all the time. They do it all the time. That's crazy. You should be able to use it for both. Yeah, I know, Jazz. I was disappointed. Like, I ain't wasted $20 on this card, and I gotta figure out, do I want to give it to somebody? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, I can't use it. It's no point to me like, hey man, I'm gonna keep it. I'm like, I'm gonna see if I know somebody that wants the actual card. I'm like, look, you can, and I put my real money on. I didn't use a credit card, so that's a good thing. But yeah, it's unfortunate. I'm like, man, that's crazy. I can't even use the card. Like, you cannot use the card. I'm like, oh. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is something that you guys already know that you're familiar with me. I am a big fan of the actual Pokemon RPG games that have come out when it comes to Pokemon. Well, it seems like recently Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green actually came out. That they're actually going to be releasing them next week on Pokemon Day. Like, is there anybody that loves the original Pokemon games, the very first ones, Red and Blue? Well, Leaf Green and Fire Red are going to actually be $19.99 coming out next year. Well, not next year, next week, excuse me. And it's actually going to be coming out on Pokemon Day. Honestly, that's not a bad price. For a digital, that's not bad at all. My only thing about it is, now, are we going to be able to get Celebi? You know what I'm saying? Some of these other Pokemon that were supposed to be, like, are they going to add additional Pokemon to it? Or could they actually include a region? Because, remember, this is only in Kanto. You know what I'm saying? So I'm hoping that they have Mew in the game, at least. And maybe even some of the other things that, like I said, maybe some more islands. Because I remember in Fire Red, they had other islands and stuff. I wonder if they kept that, I think pretty much they realized Pokemon Day is coming up, and I think Fire Red and Leaf Green, a lot of people really like those games. You should be able to use both. Yeah. And the thing is, I think Game Freak realized something, and they probably realized that, you know what? Pretty much, we got new Pokemon games coming out. We got Winds and Waves coming out. And I think they're going to actually, when Pokemon Day comes out next Friday, we're going to learn more about Winds and Waves, the next gen Pokemon game, Gen 10, which is going back to actual gym leaders. Like, they've been getting back more into doing gym leaders. I know there's been some games where they're not gym leaders. You know what I'm saying? Like with ZA Legends and even the previous one, Arceus. And I think personally, we're going to hear more about Winds and Waves, Pokemon Legends Gallagher, because they are going to be going back into the past again. So With Legends, personally, I'm honest. I like the few seasons of Pokemon Anime series, but I never played the games before. Jazz, you should try them out. You definitely should try them out. The games, to me personally, I like a lot better than the anime. There was just a point of time when I just stopped watching the anime. I didn't really necessarily didn't care for the anime as much. But the games, oh. I've been a Pokemon gamer for quite a while. Like I love the games. I think the games it's just something about the games that offer a lot more compared to the actual anime. I think the anime for me it was cool, but then some of the stuff just started to get unrealistic when it came to Ash. I'm like, Ash is not this trainer that we think he should be. Even though I enjoy this unorthodox style where he's teaching Pokemon certain moves that they shouldn't be knowing. You're like, wait a minute, I ain't know this attack. Like, why do you have to pay for more songs? Yeah, they're trying to find a way to make money. But yeah, I think Leaf, like I said, Leaf Green and Fire Red were actual previous games before. They should have just let Ash grow up and do something else with his life. Yeah, that is crazy. He never aged. Yo. I'm like, yo, everybody else in this world aged and Ash still look forever young, forever young. I wanna be forever young. Wow, isn't it? But I look forward to Pokemon Day. I think Pokemon, like I said before, is actually one of my favorite RPGs. You know what I'm saying? This is the Switch 2 version of the game I got right here. And, you know, this is the one that you can play on the actual Switch 2, by the way, if just if you're wondering. But I like the Legends series. I think the Legends series has actually been something I really enjoyed. And I'm looking forward to the next Legends game and the Wind and Wave games. I've been hearing stuff about that. Question is, Pokemon Go even it's still a thing? You know what, Josh? It really is. It really is. I tried it out for a minute, but I ain't had nobody to play with. People like, oh yeah, I'll play the game with you. Man, there's one person, yo. Let me tell you what happened. So this person brought it up to me like, yo, you want to play Pokemon Go? This is somebody that I follow on social media. And when I get the game, right, I got Pokemon Go downloaded on the phone, everything, catching Pokemon and everything, jazz. I ain't heard nothing from that person. I'm like, now, come on, now. You done told me about this game, and now you don't even want to play it. So, yeah, I uninstalled it because I didn't have nobody to play with on there. But it's still a thing for sure. Like, I know people that play it, but me, I'm like, it sucks. What up, though, Jarrell? How's it going, man? But yeah, it's terrible when people tell you, like, oh, yeah, we're going to play it. I'm like, really? I can't stand when people do that. I know. I was just like, yo, you know what? I'm done. Look, Jazz, as soon as I heard about it, I'm like, look, pretend it's my phone. I was like, I'm going to uninstall it on my phone. I uninstalled it. Didn't go back. I'll just stick with the Pokemon games on the system. It's like giving my hopes up for nothing. Yeah. Yeah, but Pokemon goes to the thing. But the games itself, like the newer gen games, it's still popular. Yeah, let it uninstall. I had to. I'm like, they told me they was talking about this good game, and then I'm like, yo, let's play. You know what I'm saying? Like, when are you available to play? But yeah, personally, Pokemon, the games to me are always fun to play. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, especially the Legends series is like my second favorite series, by the way, right along with the actual new version of the new Gen games. Like I said, Gen 9. Actually, I like Gen 9 a lot better than Gen 8 games, but both games were fun. Like I said, I grew up on Pokemon, and ever since then, I've been invested in the games, just the story, the regions. I love just like each region's different from the previous region. How much are the Pokemon games on Switch? Depends on the ones you get, Jazz. Like, which version are you trying to get? That's the question. I can look it up, though, if you want me to look it up for, like, if you're looking for a particular game. Give me a sec. Hold on. Let's see. No, I'm not looking for that anymore. Give me a sec. If you hear this other thing in the background, it's my computer. The cheapest versions, Jazz, So the cheapest versions is actually Sword and Shield. Well, no, not Sword and Shield. Give me a sec. Hold on. Diamond and Pearl, and then you got. Let me just show you the other ones. Hold on a sec. And then I can scroll over. There we go. Yeah, so the cheapest ones is the Arceus Legends game, the previous game to this one right here that I got, and then the other the next gen games that came out. I would say Arceus is. Are you looking for something a little different, like when it comes to like the modern Pokemon games? Because Arceus is more dealing with ancient times in the Sinnoh region. How are the graphics on the Switch 2? I like the graphics on the Switch 2. You can see an improvement on this game, Legends, and even the previous Arceus game. I guess certain games you can see the graphic quality thing, but I always look at Nintendo. They're not really, how can I say, they're not big on like visuals. Like you do see visual enhancements with the games per se. Yeah. Check out Arceus, Jazz. You probably like Pokemon Arceus. It's a little different. The game, there's no gym leaders, but there's something similar to like a gym leader thing, but it's not a gym leader thing. But it's pretty fun. Like I said, the game was definitely by far one of my favorite spin-off Pokemon game series besides the mainland games. And then they eventually do tie into the mainland games because this one right here, Legends, this is the next sequel to that one, but in like a future within the Kalos region. So yeah, I've been following Pokemon for quite a while. I may have to check that one out. Yeah, the Pokemon games. I don't know why I thought Yu-Gi-Oh when you said ancient time. Yeah, Pokemon. Yeah, they actually took it back. And then the next game after, I guess, the mainland games is coming out for Winds and Waves, which you'll probably be hearing about on Pokemon Day this next week, excuse me. Will actually probably be that, and then Pokemon Gallagher, which is the third sequel to this game, Legends. So yeah, Pokemon making some money. I just don't do the Pokemon cards. I used to as a kid, but I gave it up. You know what I'm saying? I know some people collect the cards, play the games. I just play the games. You know, anime here and there. You know what I'm saying? I watched the new season of it with the new main character that's not Ash, but I'm so used to Ash, you know what I'm saying? Like he was the main character that I, grew used to compared to like the new trainers that they have and stuff. But yeah, the Pokemon games have always been the go-to for me. Bro, I miss Yu-Gi-Oh! That was the only card trading game I gotta show that I was okay. Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! was the show too, man. Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! For sure, man. Like I really enjoy Yu-Gi-Oh! Their card games on the actual consoles were fun. I will admit that Duelist of the Roses. I don't know if you remember that, grimy. And then they had the one that was by Konami that was like on the Game Boy Advance or Game Boy Color or something like that. Yeah, the card Yu-Gi-Oh games were fun on game consoles. I used to collect the cards too, the Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I don't have that collection no more either. So I'm like, more so into the games. I have one Pokemon card. It's the gold card. Remember? Oh yeah, I remember those, Jazz. Yep, I remember those. Yeah, the gold cards. Dang, you took it back to Pokemon 2001. That's when Pokemon, to me personally, the first three Pokemon movies were the best movies, yo. I'm not gonna hold you up. Like, once it started to get to like Pokemon 4, 5, and 6, I'm like, ooh, they messed it up. No, you traded it. Oh, for the famous Amos cookie. Josh didn't know Grammy. Josh said she got her a good trade for them cookies. Oh man, not for some cookies. The famous Amos cookie. Yeah. Oh, buy some cookies. And trade's a trade, Grammy. Josh said she got her a good trade. I still have the card in my office. Yeah, that's dope though. I think that's the one thing I look forward to is Pokemon Day. Hello, famous Amos was that deal. Yeah. So yeah, it's interesting. I think they just released those games. It's just to let people know that, like, yeah, we got new Pokemon games coming out. But let's re-release these other games. But I'm glad that Fire Red and Leaf Green are not $30 or $40. $19.99 is good enough for it compared to like regular $30 or $40, $50 because it's a remake. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, Gravity. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, so yeah, it's interesting. You know, like I said, when it comes down to oh, I get where Grimey's coming from with this now. Now I see. Okay, yeah, okay. It was different. The trade was the opposite. I got you. I got it, Jazz. I got it. So, let me see. What else can we talk about? Gaming. Let me see. What else can we talk about with gaming? Oh, here's a good one with gaming. Phil Spencer is leaving Microsoft, y'all. I don't know if anybody's a Microsoft gamer. And the new president, the black lady that was the new president for Microsoft, she's even left. So I'm like, I don't know. This is not a good look for Microsoft. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I am an Xbox gamer and stuff like that. It's kind of sad. You know what I'm saying? He's been there for like 38 years. You know what I'm saying? Spencer has. And I'm like, I can't believe this guy's leaving after 38 years. It's a long time to be at a company, right? He's the one that introduced the Microsoft Game Pass. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to Xbox. Let me just pull something up else too, right? Let me see. Yeah, and then Sarah Bonds is leaving. Well, if they're leaving, they said, well, she resigned recently. I'm like, well, it's kind of messed up. I think Microsoft is just not in a good position, man. I mean, their consoles are hard to sell because they're so expensive, right? And then on top of that, you got Phil Spencer, that, you know what I'm saying, was the CEO at that time, leaving. That's been there for 38 years, is a long time. And even the new president's leaving. I just think Microsoft, they're getting like, it reminds me a little bit, I don't want to say this, but maybe it is. It reminds me of Sega Dreamcast. Remember Sega Dreamcast came out, and it's getting to a point where it's like, is this going to be here for the longevity? Like, is Microsoft going to be a part of the big three for gaming anymore? Because like I said, the new CEO left. Sounds like there's some scrutiny happening. Yeah, I agree, Grimy. That's definitely what it is, man. I think it's definitely some scrutiny and maybe allegations coming out. Yeah, I definitely get where you're coming from with this, Grimy. It definitely probably is. And she like, look, I don't want no parts of it. And she like, look, it was nice being a president for the time being, but I gotta go. Yeah, that's something to do with the files, maybe. I don't know. People have been leaving left and right. Oh, yeah, the Epstein, the E-files. Maybe so. I hope not, but a lot of that stuff's coming out, and that could be, you know what I'm saying? Could be the E-files, or she's like, she don't want to be caught up in that, right? Yeah, I think Microsoft, man, I hope it works out for them. I mean, the new president they got, that's replacing them is somebody that used to work for AI, and I'm like, well, AI company, excuse me, and I'm like, and she's only been there for 2 years. The new girl that's going to be replacing the other person, that has something to do with the files. Maybe I don't know. People, yeah. So the gaming world, man, we taking the L, man. RAM issues going on, RAM shortages. They want to overprice these games. People leaving certain spots within the gaming industry, and that's changing. I wouldn't be surprised if, like I said before, if Microsoft is one of those companies that is no longer, because no one's really buying the consoles when it comes to sales. Like I said, Nintendo is doing a thing. PlayStation is, of course, too. And I guess honestly, it's just like, well, Microsoft, y'all are out there struggling, boy. They in struggle mode. You know what I'm saying? Like, their console prices are ridiculous. You want me to show you how much they cost for a new Xbox? You know what I'm saying? Console. It's ridiculous. Let me pull that up. Hold on. Let me pull this up. Let me see. So if you get it from GameStop, is $759. And then in some places, it is literally $574. All right, I don't hear anything about Xbox anymore. Yeah. Yeah, Xbox is reminding me of like Dreamcast again. I remember when I got the second Dreamcast, it didn't stay around long. Had a lot of dope games on it, but it seemed like Xbox might be transitioning out the market. That could be it. I could be wrong, right? But man, that kind of sucks because like certain Xbox games, I'm like, man, I wish they would have on the actual Xbox. They're only Sony exclusive games anyway, but yeah, I think Xbox is just in a hard place. Because them console for the prices you've seen $700 or you know what I'm saying for the newest one, $500 and stuff like that. I think personally, Xbox is in a no-win situation. And when people leave in these positions, that's not a good thing either. That's going to show you that something's wrong. Something's either wrong, or maybe they just don't like the way they operate as a company and they're leaving. But yeah, Phil Spencer one surprised me. I was like, what? Like, not the man that made the Game Pass for the Microsoft, you know what I'm saying, for Xbox. I just hope it works out. Really hope it works out. I'm not really for certain if it will or not. Dropping a lot of balls in a lot of areas. Yeah. It's unfortunate, you know. Like I said, I like Microsoft. I like PlayStation too, you know what I'm saying? I'm not like, oh, I don't like PlayStation. I like PlayStation. But Nintendo and PlayStation is where it's at now, if you think about it. But yeah, it's unfortunate that's happening to them. Like, nothing they really can do, you know. It's like, well, what can they do to get to a certain part? Not much really, because when you think about it, it's like, well, hey, but yeah, that's crazy. I do have one more movie topic that I could talk about. This was brought up too, as a matter of fact. To be honest, I think the more people are converting to just buying games via PC. Yeah, that could be what it is, Jazz. I could definitely see that. Even though it's expensive now for that, but yeah, people are probably converting. Yeah. How we feel about Toy Story 5? I've been hearing about it. I'll be honest. I'm looking forward to Toy Story 5. I just hope that it's not something where they just did it for a cash grab. But I think Toy Story 5 actually should be the last movie. Should be the last movie for Pixar, right? Because the thing is, as with everyone wants to be a gamer on Twitch. All right, T-Berries. There's no need for Toy. Yeah, I don't want a Toy Story 6. No. They need to big up and take them toys to their store. Nah, just said take it to a thrift store. You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. That'll be a wild story, like Toy Story 5, like you've never seen it before. They're on an adventure in the thrift store. Oh man, that'd be a wild storyline. They're escaping the abandoned toys in the thrift store. There shouldn't be a 5 to redeem themselves for the 4. Messed up 4. I really like 4 though, Rose. You didn't like 4? I like 4. 4 was straightforward. Maybe just a story. Toy Story 6 at Goodwill. No, Toy Story 5 should be the last one. I think sometimes when they do movies, excuse me, and when they do too many sequels, it doesn't really work out. I haven't seen the trailer yet. There's a trailer out for it, T-Berries. Yeah, there's a trailer out for it. Let me see if I can pull up the trailer. Hold on, I haven't seen the trailer for it, but yeah, there is a trailer for it that came out like I think a few days ago. Let me see if YouTube got the trailer. Go to the trailer right quick. Let me see. Toy Story 5.
Do you forget to Karen Beverly to be your beloved bride?
Yeah! I now pronounce you husband and knife. Poison the maid of honor!
Bonnie, there's a package
again. Bonnie, screen time's over now.
Okay.
I want to talk to you, device.
Please, call me Lily.
Me and the toys have been working all summer to try and get Bonnie to make friends.
Yeah.
But then you had to ruin
Got
it.
it.
You're not even listening to me.
I'm always listening. See?
Now look here. Me and the toys have been working all summer.
No, in Spanish.
Con los gemelos Jordan. Al otro lado del
What?
Yeah, I got dibs on behind the dresser.
Yeah, so this is Toy Story. It's not gonna be fun. Yeah, yes, I noticed it. Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, I want to see the rest of it. I'll play the rest of it.
Woody,
Jesse, hello.
is it as bad out there for toys as they say
You
it?
say I leave
More
for.
abandoned toys each day.
Tex invaded our house too.
I don't know, Jesse. Toys are for play, but tech is for everything.
I'm losing Bonnie to this device.
You got a friend.
Send me.
Came here as fast as I could.
Why are you wearing a dress, Woody?
It's called a poncho, Forky.
Someone needs a brown marker.
Halt! Who goes there? Whoa!
Yeah, so pretty much, yeah, that Toy Story is going with the technology theme for it. Hopefully, this works out. I mean, it's definitely something you see a lot more with kids doing, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it definitely does hit different, right? Because these kids nowadays, even though I don't have kids, I look at some of my younger cousins, they love them tablets, iPad, yeah, cell phone. But that's the message for it, Jazz. That's the message for the movie. So the leapfrog that you said, she's the villain. Boy, I just hope it's good. You know, like I said before, when they do a fifth movie, like I know they're talking about doing a whole nother Fast and Furious. Stop it. Leave it alone. Like when they do 7, 8, 9, 10, no. Movies should be good at a fifth sequel. When it gets to a 6 and 7 sequel, I'm like, only one toys for Chris. Yeah, so I think Toy Story 5 is risky. It's very risky. I think Toy Story 4 was solid. I can get why people didn't like it per se. And Toy Story 3, what do you feel about Scream? T-Berries? I will give you the buck. I don't care for no Screams. It was a Scream 7 or 8. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see a franchise do it that much. Unless it's got a really good story behind it. No. Like, for what? Why are they making another Scream? That's the same thing they did with was that Chucky had too many sequels. There have been quite a bit of movies where they have too many sequels. I think Scream 7 or 8. Yeah, that's too many sequels, T-Berries. Unless they all got solid storytelling, good acting, and all that other stuff, that's when they lose out on it. When they do too many sequels for movies, it don't make the money, or either it's just not really good. I never watched Scream before. Is it worth the watch? If you like, I guess you say horror, with dealing kind of with drama, yeah. If you like that type of thing, Jazz, it might be up your alley. I only seen Scream 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Them the only Screams I haven't seen the new Scream movies. I know the actress from Wednesday. What is her name? That plays Wednesday. She's in the previous Scream movie. I want to say 6. I don't know, 6 or either 7. But personally, yeah, Jenna Ortega, thanks, Rose. Yeah, but I mean, she's a breakout actress. I'm not gonna lie. She's a really good actress, by the way. But I still haven't seen that one, truth be told. Like, I've seen like previews of it, but I've never seen the actual movie. And I'm like, do I really want to see this just because she's in it? I mean, don't get me wrong, she's a decent actress, but I was like, I'll wait till she come back on Wednesday. Or like another movie. I remember the first movie I saw her in, they did her dirty in the first movie. Iron Man 3, they did her dirty, yo. I see why she never want to work with Marvel again. They did her so dirty. I was like, yo. Yeah, comical and scary. Yeah, that's the best way to describe it. With some drama in it too, T-Berries, because Scream does have drama in it. Not super drama, you know, when it comes down to it. But yeah, so It's not scary or comical scary. Like I said, it just depends on your take on movies. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of the Scream franchise. I've seen, like I said, the first 4 movies, but I didn't go past 5 and 6. I've even seen all the Terminator movies. There are like 7 or 8 Terminator movies. I like Jenna, but she's giving me repetitive actress syndrome. I don't like when they find a new popular actress, they're everywhere 4 years, like used for somewhere else. Ooh. The unicorn movie that she did is a little different from some of the stuff she's been in. I mean, but I get where you're coming from with it. She is like the the actress that she's kind of been the popular one. I like Cynthia Erivo. She's a weird actress, Rose. Not taking away from her. I just don't want her to be Storm. They want her to be Storm, and I'm like, there's some better Storm actresses out there. I'm like, nah. How would you feel they did a Taken 4? No. No, T-Berries, no. Certain things do not need a 4, T-Berries. Only know her for Cynthia and Wicked. Me too, when I think about it now, Jazz. I think she's been in other stuff, but I just never really cared for her. Yeah, I like the other actresses. But I said her to be something. No, I just don't want her to be Storm. Please, Marvel, do not let her be Storm. She just got this weird vibe about her, and I'm like, her, they throwing a lace front wig on her playing Storm, though. Let's get another actress that's not short-haired to play Storm compared to that. Oh, Sydney got to go, though. Sydney, it's me. I feel you, Grammy. Like, how many more times we going to hear about Sydney, I'm next door. I know where you are. Yeah, they got to get a new person. Maybe Sydney need to have a kid or something. I love Liam there. I wish he would play one more superhero movie, Marvel or DC. I think Liam Neeson. Yeah, you know what? I liked him in when he did when he was in the Batman Christopher Nolan movies. It was decent. That there's so many other women they could pick from Storm. Yeah, I agree, Jazz. That's what I really hope they don't pick her. I'm like, nah, she all right. You know what I'm saying? But I couldn't picture her being Storm. You know, you just visualize like, oh, that'd be a great Storm. I'm like, nah, I just don't see it with her. I'm like, like I know there's some other actresses out there that could be Storm. And then, you know, I just thought about something too. How do y'all feel about the actor that played who is that? For Miles Morales? Because I know they're talking about doing a Miles Morales live action movie. There are 2 actors that confirmed that they're interested in playing Miles Morales. And the thing is, what T-Berry said, I'm really upset Halle Berry isn't coming back. Now, T-Berry, remember in my video, I talked about she's coming back. She ain't coming back in Avengers 5. She's not going to be in 5. So there's a possibility she might be in Avengers 6. Or either, I talked about this too, she might end up being in the actual, like a Storm standalone TV series that was talked about years ago on Disney Plus. That could be a possibility too. I only want her to come back for the sake of Doomsday. Liam Neeson as Magneto would be crazy. No, I can't see him being Magneto. Really? You think Liam Neeson would be a great man? You don't like the guy that's playing Magneto now? Not the one, not Michael Fassbender, but the previous S-Man Magneto. You don't like the older guy playing Magneto? T-Bears? Liam Neeson as Magneto would be crazy. I guess so. You know what? I see where you're coming from with this angle, Grammy. Look, when I think about it, like he did do a good job as Qui-Gon in Star Wars. I'm like, you know what? He probably would be a crazy Magneto. But the Stranger Things actor is interested in playing Miles Morales, or either the Sinners actor that played the main character, pretty much the twins, Michael B. Jordan's character in there. He's interested in playing them, the younger cousin. I think it's that's a tough one because the guy from Stranger Things that could play Miles Morales is a good choice, and the guy from Sinners is. They're both really good actors. Don't get me wrong. If they're still doing multiverse films, I think it would be another good one. Oh yeah, they're still in the multiverse universe. Pretty much, grimy. They're still in it for sure. They definitely confirmed that the multiverse hasn't ended just yet. I want to say maybe after Avengers 6 is when they're gonna go into the next storyline for when it comes to Marvel, and that'll be the mutant phase. So I'm thinking that maybe Halle Berry, if she doesn't come back for Secret Wars, she might end up coming back for a standalone series. Excuse me. The Stranger Thing actor would be a good choice, but he's too old by the time to do a live action. I agree, Jazz. He is. Definitely is. But he's getting into audition. He's getting into physical shape and everything, Jazz. I've seen a video. I'm like, dang, this dude is really, he really want the role. A lot of people probably don't know. He originally was supposed to be Static Shock with a live adaptation before Milestone and Warner Brothers had their issues. He was at the DC, what is that? Comic thing that they have for DC. But personally, it never came out to be because Milestone, DC don't get along with one another as much. Because a lot of people don't know that Static Shock is now fully owned by Milestone and not DC at all. Caleb McCollum, yeah, he's a good choice. He's a good choice. He's an older choice, but I mean, I wish they would have did the live action stuff. Yeah, there were a lot of politics behind it. A lot of politics behind it, Jazz. Like, I think because neither side saw each other's vision. One wanted to do animated stuff, the other one wanted to do live adoption, and I'm like, y'all couldn't come together to give us a Static Shock movie? Unbelievable. But yeah, speaking of mutants, have you been watching Young Justice and focus have been on the metahumans? Yeah, I mean, even the new DC universe, Gods and Monsters, that's centered around metahumans, T-Berries. That's what it's centered around. But they can't use Static because Static is fully owned by Milestone now. So I'm like, dang, James Gunn, you kind of jumped on the opportunity, but you can't really wing off of it now because now they're like, look, no, you can't do this. Animated movie would be lit. Yeah. With the same people that did the Static Shock cartoon from back in the day, yeah, definitely. Like, I would love to see those people come back to do like maybe up the visual, not visuals, but the animation style for it, But yeah, I think Milestone said, look, we tired of y'all milking Static Shock for their TV shows with DC, and that's what it was. The Gods and Monsters were, oh yeah, Jason's talking about the universe. The universe that we're currently in for DC, the new DCU, is called Gods and Monsters. Yeah, that's the name for the new universe because the old universe was the Snyderverse. This is the Gods and Monsters universe. But yeah, that movie was good, Gods and Monsters. Yeah, so yeah, you never know, T-Berries. Maybe Milestone and DC can sit down and do like how Sony and Marvel did with Spider-Man. Do that with Static Shock. You know what I'm saying? Milestone have ownership of them. Also DC, so we can get the movie. So it's definitely interesting that we're in a time where Static we won't see for quite a while. So it is sad. But yeah, it's interesting. Definitely interesting that certain things change and you're like, wait a minute, like, why did they change this? But yeah, so other than that, guys, I just want to say thanks to everyone that tuned in. I know this is something I gotta get used to this new setup for like lives, because I'm used to doing lives on StreamYard, but I like the new setup. Let me just, can I go back up? Oh, no, I can't do all that. But all I want to say is thanks to everybody that came through. T-Berries, Grace, Rose, Jazz, Grimy, Jarrell, Unwrapped, excuse me, and I'm missing another person. Oh, Nitrous V-Loss. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I really do appreciate it. Man, my sinuses, boy, have been acting up on me. But I'm glad you guys could come through. I'm gonna try to do this like maybe once a month. But this was originally, for people that want to know, this was originally a video idea that was considered by Rose to Rundown. And I'm like, let me just do it as a live stream. Maybe this would be a lot better versus me just doing a regular video for it. I feel like people weren't really invested in the video idea for it. Grammy is always number one. Grammy was here for a while though. I appreciate Grammy for that. You know what I'm saying? Oh yes, this was fun. Yeah. And like I said, man, this is something I wanted to do different. I felt like the video idea just wasn't maybe not appealing enough for people. And I was like, you know what? Let me just turn it into a live stream thing where I interact with my audience and stuff. But I'm gonna try to do this once a month. Once a month, you know what I'm saying? Like it's probably be Saturday. I'm gonna stick with Saturday. But yeah, I hope everyone's having an actual good weekend. And like I said, I'm gonna try to get me some tea or something because, like I said, man, science has been acting crazy. I'm like, 1 minute, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm good to go, but I'm hanging in there with y'all though. You know what I'm saying? I'm Kay the Conqueror. Grammy saying, look, I come to conquer. Yes, I'm just science is getting better. Yeah, I just think it's just the weather, yo. This weather has been like Mortal Kombat. Finish him. Get over here. Yeah, but thanks for everyone that tuned in. And like I said, if y'all want to share, feel free to share it. I'm not one of those people like, no, you don't have to share it. Or if you want to rewatch just to learn a little bit more about what I was talking about, you can. But it's gladly appreciated. And I am out, guys. Take care.